A sturdy starship class, the general design of the Klingon D7 Battlecruiser would be used by the Empire for centuries. But what do we know about this durable and powerful Klingon starship design? Well, today we'll find out. Hello and welcome to another episode of Truth or Myth Beta Canon, a Star Trek web series that dives into the history of any given topic using beta canon sources and my own imagination to fill in the gaps. In today's episode, we're taking a look at the Klingon D7 Battlecruiser as first seen in Star Trek the original series to better understand its place in Star Trek history. Please note, many fans of this channel have been chomping at the gawk for me to do some beta canon videos on alien starship classes, and so after careful consideration, I thought it was only fair to do one on one of the OG alien starship classes, the D7 Battlecruiser. And after that, I'll be exploring some more and very interesting Klingon starship designs from the TOS era. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't dishonor yourself and your house. But as always, because this is just a beta canon video, all information relayed should pretty much be taken with a grain of stardust and only considered a little bit of Star Trek fun. And so, with all that out of the way, let's begin. As it all happened, they watched. As the planet Earth won its war against the Romulan Star Empire, they watched. As the United Federation of Planets was established in 2161, they watched. As that organization grew throughout the Alpha and Beta quadrants without conquering a single planet, they watched. As Starfleet grew in strength through a plethora of starship designs and technological innovations, they watched. But by the mid-23rd century, the Klingon Empire was done watching and declared war on the Federation. For slightly over a year, the war between these two galactic giants would rage, with the Klingon Empire close to victory over the Federation, when suddenly the new Chancellor of the High Council, L'Rell, would call an immediate end to all hostilities. The sudden and unexpected termination of the war with the Federation threw the Klingon Empire into chaos. The great houses which made up the High Council of the Empire were at each other's throats, with old hatreds and rivalries starting back up with a vengeance. With the fear of civil war on her doorstep, Chancellor L'Rell of the Klingon Empire needed to focus the Great House's attentions on something else, that being unity. But in order to achieve this goal, she needed something to bring these houses together, something that would symbolize cooperation and in turn would bring all the smaller houses of the Empire back in line. And what better way for an honorable warrior species to come together as one than with a new starship design which would strike fear throughout the galaxy. And in 2257, the D7 Battlecruiser would be born. Sitting at a length of 228 meters, the D7 Battlecruiser would be designed to be operated by 480 loyal and honorable Klingon warriors. The design of the D7 Battlecruiser was an innovative one. Utilizing technologies developed by all the great houses, the D7 Battlecruiser would be one of the most powerful and versatile starship designs ever created by the Empire. The D7 Battlecruiser would contain the newly developed S1 graph unit for warp velocity and travel. And as a result, the D7 Battlecruiser would initially have a standard safe cruising speed of warp factor 5, with an emergency maximum speed of warp factor 6.6 for 8-hour increments, all old warp scale of course. Because of the Empire's focus on battle systems, advancement of propulsion technologies in the 23rd century would be very slow. And because of this lackadaisical attitude towards speed, most Federation starships could easily outrun and outmaneuver a Klingon starship, a situation that the Empire could not let stand. And thus, by the mid-2260s, the D7 Battlecruiser's graph unit would be updated to the S2 version, which allowed it to achieve faster speeds far more comparable to the Empire's Federation counterpart. Tactically, the D7 Battlecruiser was the most well-armed Klingon starship of its time, containing nacelle-mounted disruptor cannons, forward-mounted phaser emitters, and a forward launcher capable of firing torpedoes and severe disruptor blasts. The D7 Battlecruiser would also become a testbed for most new technologies developed by the Empire. In 2269, a D7 Battlecruiser was modified to test a new Klingon weapon called a projected stasis field. This powerful weapon system was capable of emitting an energy dampening field which rendered an enemy starship immobile and virtually powerless. However, ultimately this weapon was considered a failure, as it required far too much power to be practically used in combat, disabling the Klingon vessel as much as it did the enemy vessel which it held. Shielding for the D7 Battlecruiser would be standard for a Klingon vessel of its time, but another innovative new technology would be eventually included within this class of warship, that of course being the cloaking device. After a brief alliance with the Romulan Star Empire in the late 2260s, the Klingon Empire would acquire cloaking technology in exchange for several D7 class starships equipped with the latest warp propulsion systems of the Empire. And after reverse engineering the technology and improving upon it, the Klingon Empire would deploy the cloaking technology in all of its D7 battlecruisers within the Imperial fleet. Variants of the cloaking technology were not new to the Alpha and Beta quadrants, as even the Empire had a primitive form of this technology during the First Federation Klingon War. But Starfleet Command was able to develop a countermeasure for this early Klingon tech, and it wasn't until the Star Empire developed a far more advanced version that the Klingon Empire truly embraced it. Like most of the Klingon starship classes, the D7 Battlecruiser was designed to look menacing, with the bulk of its mass in the aft section of the starship, where most living quarters and starship operation areas were located. One interesting note about Klingon ships, however, is the fact that most included a galley, where live food would be prepared for the crew, as most Klingon warriors did not like dead or replicated food. Like most Klingon vessels, any officer not on duty was encouraged to drink and celebrate victories of the past through stories and song. This fostered a sense of camaraderie among the Klingon crew, and in between battles allowed for the release of some of the Klingon aggression inherent in the species. For missions that required large number of troops to be transported, the D7 Battlecruiser's cargo bays could be easily converted to barrack-style facilities, to allow for greater numbers of warriors to be transported. Some versions of the class would even be modified to contain a shuttle bay, though most D7 Battlecruisers would not contain what most Klingon warriors thought to be this luxury. The D7 Battlecruiser would certainly make its mark on Federation history and the galaxy at large. Striking fear into the hearts of its enemies, the D7 Battlecruiser certainly achieved its goal, but by the mid-2260s, the D7 Battlecruiser was beginning to show its age. And so, the Klingon High Council demanded its starship engineers upgrade the D7 Battlecruiser to bring it to an honorable status once again. And although the Katinga-class battlecruiser was far superior in every way to its older D7 battlecruiser brother, the D7 battlecruiser itself would continue to be constructed and utilized throughout the Empire. In fact, the original version of the D7 battlecruiser would not cease being produced until the early 2290s, with already constructed starships of the class remaining in operation well into the 24th century. Constructed and designed to prevent a Klingon civil war, the D7 Battlecruiser would go on to symbolize the birth of a new era for the Klingon Empire, protecting its borders and stoking fear in the hearts of anyone who encountered one, earning this class its honorable place in Klingon history. Thank you for watching today's episode of Truth or Myth Beta Canon. What do you think of the Klingon D7 Battlecruiser and the historical narrative that I've created here? Do you want to see more videos like this one? Well, leave your comments in the section below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, hitting that little bell icon so you won't miss a single video we release. Want to help the channel defeat the enemies of the Klingon Empire in glorious and honorable combat? Then consider becoming a channel member subscriber or a channel patron, both a major help that allows this channel to purchase resources and 3D models to keep it going. The link to both memberships is in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Qapla'!